sister.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gee. How?
Sometimes you gotta write it
popping out
here.
of here? That goes back.
No, you can't give away an
No.
anniversary present.
No.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
No.
Now,
We can.
no, you
Beyond our
can't.
ask.
No.
You can't refuse.
No.
You've spent too much money on all of
Read
us.
More than hearts can imagine or minds comprehend, God's bountiful gifts are ours without end. We ask for a cupful when the vast sea is ours. We pick a small rosebud from a garden of flowers. Whatever we ask for falls short of God's giving, for His greatness exceeds every facet of living. For both of you, a special prayer. Your anniversary holds much happiness and more to come as every year unfolds.
Huh.
It's pretty.
Oh, yeah.
God bless the life and love you share. Happy anniversary. All our love, Lynn and Carolyn. Hope you have many more years together.
Well, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty. Helen Steiner Rice has a lot of
She
nice
always
things.
knows what to say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Puts it all together.
Yeah, that's
No,
back.
no,
No,
keep
no.
that.
If it's in a card, you
No,
have
no,
to.
no, no,
No, sir.
no.
Oh, yes.
No, no.
No. Remember, I have a weak heart.
Well, you know I would.
Remember sometime. Just go ahead
I
and call
got
me
to the
again
point where I
sometime.
thought I
That's
was
all you gotta do.
bugging you.
You wasn't bugging me.
Well, you kept saying didn't have to call all the time. I was like,
Call every day. I just can't think of anything to say.
I just
That's the
wanted to
worst
hear you
trouble.
say hello.
Oh, okay. But that's the worst trouble with when you just talk every day. That's
Hey, hi,
just
how are you?
We told the
yeah.
news the day before, so there's
Yeah.
no new news. Our life,
Need to know
If we
you're
were
still
still
there.
we don't have
skipping,
that much going on.
if we were still skipping the light fantastic and everything, it'd be great.
But yeah, he tells me, he says, you know, you talk to your Carla and you talk to your mom and you talk for half an hour and 45 minutes. He said, I just can't find out much to say. He said,
Yeah, I talk 5 minutes, I'm done. I've said everything I know.
Well, I just call you for 1 minute.
I've told the whole story in 5 minutes. I'm a short story person.
Well, Mom and Carla, they go on, and Carla especially goes on and on and on.
Well,
Tells
Tanya,
me her
I
whole
can too.
day, you know. She just tells me every little thing. I don't want to say.
But there's somebody else that does the same thing too,
Yeah.
right back to them.
I'm pretty
Well,
close.
it's
Yeah.
fun.
Sure it is, but I just can't.
You like to hear, you know, what's been happening.
Tanya knows
Yeah.
what
Just
she's
do that
talking
with your
about,
kids.
babe.
But we'll go down there. We'll go down there and we'll come back. And by the time we get back, within the next night, one of them will call the other one and talk for an hour. I mean, you know, you've been down there for 2 days. And you'd think,
Well,
well,
you
you
forget
should
to
say
say
what you
it.
want to say, you know. I guess whenever we go down there, what we're trying to say is we just look at each other. We don't say anything. And then
Well, very
when you
good.
get back home, then you think of things to say. Oh,
Well, it costs
gosh.
money.
Well,
Yeah, it's a
my
lot more.
mom used to be the one that she'd go in
Oh,
here
yeah.
and she'd say everything in just a couple minutes.
Yeah.
And you'd know she was okay and we were okay, and she'd just get off the phone. She was
She
hard.
was saving more times up for that damn that Brown boy over across. Remember the grandson of Albert Anderson's? I come home there one time and here they was getting things on their telephone bill where they'd been calling like this kid. He was just no good kid.
Ruth Brown's boy? I don't know if I
Yeah,
ever saw him.
Dale Brown was his
He
name.
was in out of jail, wasn't he?
Yeah, but anyway, he would call these baseball players and things. Yeah, and talk to them, you know, like what costs so much for every minute you talk to them, you know.
Oh,
Oh yeah, he'd call football players, baseball players. I mean pros, you know.
What was
And-
it, a recording? Or would they actually take the calls?
They'd take the calls and everything, and
Yeah.
he'd give them our number.
Oh. You kidding me?
You gave Mom
I
and
never
Dad
knew
surgery.
that.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Did they have to take him to jail on it?
I forget now whether they put him in jail or not, but I know Mom said something about him doing that. And I don't
Was this
know.
while you were in the service?
I think it was when I was in the service, but I came home. It might have been when I got out, or it might have been when I just sent him on leave one
I
time.
don't remember Mom ever saying anything about that to me.
Yeah.
Well, did they have to pay?
I don't think. I think they called, they called the
Ask Mom
telephone
if
company.
she enjoyed baseball.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe with Dad.
No, I don't think.
Yeah, it was your dad.
It might have been.
It's a conspiracy.
It might have been,
Your dad had that
His
kid,
name was Dale Brown.
Yeah.
and your dad had that kid put in jail to cover up.
Yeah, this is Dale.
Because your dad could change his voice. I heard your dad change his voice.
Oh, yeah.
I was so Nancy about how he would sing in that other kid.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
She said she never heard him.
You get
It
really.
was funny. He'd sing real high pitched.
Yeah. He knows them all. He knows bass and he knows tenor.
Yeah, tenor.
And he knew Dale.
And he knows tenor, he knows 11 or he knows 12. Whichever one you want to hear it with.
Oh.
But me and Carolyn and Mom, boy, we used to bounce out some pretty songs, man.
I reckon. Nancy said one of those songs on the tape sounded like a bunch of people singing.
Yeah.
That's what I
I
thought.
didn't.
Did
I
it
just
to you
heard
sound
Mom
that
and
way?
Dad.
I wasn't there to start with, I know that. I wasn't there whenever I listened to what
What you listened to?
I wasn't on.
You might have been on the one she heard. Because that probably would have been around Christmas time when she
It just
got that
sounded like more than
recorded.
2 people.
But I never won no doll baby.
You know, it's because you didn't have me to set up the results. I didn't know about that until after it was over. You fixed everything for me.
Well,
How
What
many
did he
people
do?
do you think got everybody, his friends to applaud?
Oh.
It was by applause.
Oh.
The one.
What do they call that? Applause meter or something? Or
I
some
don't
name
know
for
if they
that
even had a
thing?
meter
I don't
back
think they had a
then.
meter
That
back
would have been
then.
in
Just
the
by
50s.
ear.
do you remember that time we was up there and this little guy, he come out there and he used to play the fiddle and pick a banjo.
Oh.
And he come out there and everybody's clapping and he played one song on the fiddle or something and then he said, would anybody like to see me pick a little boogie? Everybody's
applauded.
clapping and everything. He said, okay, and he goes, and he picked his nose.
Well, they still use that joke on TV.
Is that right?
I've seen them on. It's still not real funny.
But it was pretty cute that day because everybody was all wound up. And I mean, the guy was good.
Mhm.
And somebody, he come out there and said that, and everybody started applauding. Everybody's going crazy, getting nuts, and he just picked a little boogie.
Booger?
No, he didn't say booger, he said boogie.
Boogie.
Yeah.
He left the R off of it.
Yeah.
He's
Mark
surprised.
used to call JD Boogie.
Do you remember when we used to? Do you remember we were listening to Corliss Archer years ago on the radio?
Which one was that?
It was a girl and she had a boyfriend, but this boyfriend he had a spatial saying all the time that he said. And if you remember it, you'd know what he said because I still remember. I think maybe his name was Dexter, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
But
No?
Corliss Archer was the name of it.
On the
What's
radio?
the name of the
It was
show?
on the radio. But he used to say, "How now, brown cow?"
I remember that saying. I didn't know who said it or.
He used to say, "How now, brown cow?"
I don't know how to remember that.
And then he used to have,
Our Gal Sunday was one long one, too.
yeah. He
Was
used
like
to
a
have
soap
one that
opera
came on
on
at
the
7
radio.
o'clock, Lum and Abner.
Dad would always listen.
Mhm.
And there was one with a creaky door.
They had Mr. Big Bill Jackson.
That was scary.
He was a colored guy. I think Lemon Abner maybe was black too. I'm not sure. I don't remember now. But anyway, he'd go whenever he come to the door. You always know it was him because he made.
Certainly.
Shaving haircut. You bitch.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Mid, that's enough. I'm
Mel,
tired.
that was a terrific piece of
I'm
work.
tired.
Yeah, being an actor is a tiresome thing. I'll turn this off and then you can be yourself, Mel.
Okay.
Huh. I think they were like face to face earlier last night.
Mm-hmm.
Thumper was in her cage and Carolyn said, "Let Buffy in." So Buffy was sniffing on nose.
Oh, that had been something. I like that picture.
Yeah, that was fun.
Where did he go? He's in his usual.
Little panels.
He's in his usual haunt.
He's on this side now.
Mm-hmm.
Hi.
There he is.
Little bunny rabbit.
At least you get to see him. He's
Bunny Wabbit.
catching up with him is very difficult.
Yeah.
He didn't seem afraid of Buffy.
Uh-uh.
He didn't bump her in.
Not a
Couldn't pay attention to him. She just sniffed where he'd been, mostly.
Mhm. And then at one time they were kind of like nose to nose. Buffy went on her way again.
Plays behind him screen. He
Yeah.
peeked out from behind her.
Oh, is
I
that
got
right?
some pictures of it. Yeah.
He's on display.
So many people. Looking at me. What's everybody looking at? He sees your toes.
We can't wait. We can't wait till rabbit season comes. We'll be back down.
But you
When's rabbit season? About another month or two?
don't know. It's year round, isn't it?
Then they come in November.
It's year round for us. We have rabbit all the time.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are retired. You can come down anytime.
Yeah.
You get your truck
But we
painted.
just got to make sure we got the
We
right.
will need to see it.
We got to make sure we get the right month so we can Chang. Oh, Mr. Chang. I still say the best thing to do is hit him with a car and just, while he's still laying there on the ground bleeding and everything, just take his billfold and just take it in there. And take out your $80 and just tell the woman when you leave the billfold in there with her that you already got your $80 and just please see that Mr. Chang gets his wallet back. Huh?
That's what we'll do. That's what we'll do.
I can be. Wow.
He's a bouncer.
Yes, he is.
Bouncing bunny.
He used to lean over the edge of the couch, and I'd tell him to stay up, and his nose would be clear to here.
Is that right?
And he was like, "Well, I know I can go down." And one day I looked there. I was picking up some hay, and he was right there beside me.
He was down there helping.
Yeah. He was gonna do his part.
That's his bathroom
This is
there.
his bathroom on the couch.
Oh, it is?
You know, it's the bathroom up here. He
Yeah.
didn't go in his house
Is that right?
last night. No.
Is
He
that
has
out?
little marble. He makes little marbles.
Well, he did the little marbles, but he didn't pee in there. They just kind of slide out.
He's a little marble maker.
Mm-hmm.
She
Yes,
said
that's you.
he doesn't go down here on the carpet. He goes up
He's
here.
never
Oh,
peed
no.
down there. He just,
Comes back
this
up.
is the bath.
Well, that's good. Well, me and Nancy will know where to go next time we have to use the bathroom. We can down on the couch.
Drain gets stopped up, we can all run down here, Mel.
We just come down on the couch and sit a while.
Hi.
Is that the year you ran the Boston Marathon mid, 1982?
Yes.
20 years ago.
Yep, you're right, buddy.
That's when the girl caught the cab.
Yeah, 20 years ago in April.
I remember that. See, if you'd have been smart as her, you and her both could have won.
We could have shared the medal.
You can share the cat fare.
Yeah, yeah, you just shared the cab fare and
It's
got up the same thing, said, well, I know I went through all them checkpoints. Yeah, that camera of yours must be goofing up.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you think this rabbit is a lot bigger than the other ones we had?
I think it's bigger than that sand looking one that you had. That who was that? Hoppy?
Hoppy was the first one. When we first got him, he was wee little, but then he got bigger.
Maybe he.
Maybe not quite as big.
Maybe I didn't see him when he was as big as he really actually got. Well, you've had so many rabbits, I can't keep track of all your rabbits.
This is the fourth one
I can't keep track of all your
since
rabbits.
we were married.
So
You know-
Poppy was the first, and then
Well, actually, he's the fifth because Mid brought one home from the airport. But it was a wild one, and I could not tame it. I was just glad to see it go.
is that right? Yeah.
You couldn't do anything. You'd reach in to feed him and everything.
Couldn't domesticate it.
No.
You'd reach in to feed it.
Oh, it would just scratch at you and everything. It was just very wild.
Mm.
And I thought, well, he's little. You could just pick him up and hold him and cuddle him, and he didn't want nothing to do with it at
Too
all.
used to the wild.
And Mid said, and after we
Just
read,
read.
he probably was ready to be out on his own, even though he was wee little. They must leave the nest pretty early.
So Hoppy then was first.
He
and
was
then,
the Netherland dwarf, and then
was it
Alexia. We
Alexia?
called her Lexi.
and then Thumper.
And then Thumper. And then another thing. He looks so much like
And you
me,
know,
Thumper.
all them years that I used to come down here and everything, if I knew that I was going to be quizzed and tested on these rabbits and the sizes of them, I'd have sure took
Taken
some
notes.
notes, and I would have studied for this test.
Well, Mark and him keep saying, oh, he's so much bigger, but I'm thinking, yeah,
Yeah.
they're used to playing with him.
So he likes these tunnels, does he?
Oh, yeah, and he loves to be covered up with a blanket.
It's right there with the blanket. So no.
He likes to tunnel through. And he likes the printer. If something would pop out of there, he'd eat it.
Is that right?
Yeah, when the printer comes on, he waits and takes a bite. What do you think? He would crawl underneath this tablecloth, and he would you'd see it moving, and he would walk across the couch
Is that right?
underneath there. I could hide in here.
Where'd you get your stretch limousine?
At Potomac Mills, KB Toys.
Yeah,
How do you like
that's a neat one.
that?
Then you had a smaller one
That was,
upstairs, didn't you?
yeah, that's all the people would have. That one's mine. Do you want to go for a ride?
No, I don't think I'll fit.
I
Yeah,
think the
believe
kids
it or
rent
not,
them
there's
for the proms and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
There's
Or the
quite a
hanger
few.
club.
There's quite a few people that's rich over there
And
that does rent them kind of, especially for weddings and things like that.
yeah,
I forget now what his rates are.
You
But,
want to be covered up?
of course, it depends on the size of it. He's got a big white one, and then he's got a smaller white one, and then he's got a Lincoln. It's a blue one, but it's nice too. But it's shorter than this one.
it's a regular sedan type. Huh?
Well, it's longer than a regular sedan, but it's just not as long as what that one I do.
He wants to do it when he wants to do it.
Where did he go? Oh, he walks.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, he sure can bounce up there, Ken.
Yeah, he does.
He don't
We've
even give
never kept him on the couch like the other Thumper.
He
Stayed
don't
on the
even
couch
give-
for
he don't
11
even give
years.
it
He'd
no-
go to work and
He don't even give it no
never
effort.
even think about coming off.
He don't
Well,
even
did.
give it no effort there, just bouncing up there. He just,
So I told Nancy this little porch-like thing came with a ladder. He
uh,
can just put his feet up there and give it a little hop, and he didn't need a ladder.
no,
And just take up all his cage space.
Yeah, you got a cage fixed up nice.
She said, I don't know if you heard her, she said the other Thumper for 11 years stayed on that couch, never did try to get down on the floor.
That's
They'd
what
go
I
to
know.
work
Go to work and everything.
and leave, he stayed on the couch.
Yeah.
Just never want. showed any
I just
interest
saw
in
it.
getting out.
We thought that was his place.
Yeah, that was his world.
Content.
Yeah.
And we thought
It
if this
wasn't
one would get to the
adventurous,
point
I
where
guess.
no.
Some are adventurous, curious, and others aren't.
You know
But-
just about how much feed he takes all the time,
He won't eat all that. I was telling
Mm.
Nancy this bowl here,
huh?
it has the brown pellets, which is supposed to be his main food. See the little green and orange? He'll pick all through there and just eat the little colored ones.
Is that right?
She
And
said
the
that
bo-
she
and then I
throws
throw away
brown.
the brown ones.
Is that right?
He knows he doesn't like the brown ones. And I'll empty it out every morning, throw the brown ones out. And all the colored ones will be gone. He'll
He probably
push it
thinks-
around with his nose until he
He
gets
probably
it.
thinks them brown is just rabbit shit. He probably thinks that. She thinks she's pulling something on me, I'll pull something on her, I'll eat everything but rabbit shit.
And his, the only brown pellets that he'll eat are what he was started out when he was a baby called junior bunnies. They're shaped like little alphabets,
Oh, are they?
letters.
Like alphabet soup?
And they're just supposed to eat them for the first 6 months or so.
But he won't eat the adult one.
No, he won't
Only
eat them.
the junior bunny.
He did something.
50 juniors. Because we're trying to poison them.
Mm-hmm.
She said she had to buy one bought a 5-pound bag of the other and he wouldn't eat it.
And
Is
the
that
other
right?
rabbits loved them. They were called Big Red. And they just loved them ones. He doesn't know anything. They're just so different. He doesn't like them. Was it Tindertails?
Yeah.
The little soft ones.
Mm-hmm.
And you could buy the fancy piece that they advertise on TV and everything in the can, and they would try to cover it up.
Is that right?
They'd do their little digging thing, like they wouldn't touch it. Nothing out of a can.
Huh,
What are we doing?
Mm-mm.
that's funny. Now what Brian does with Mia,
They don't really like veggies.
Yeah, but what about the
I've never
cholesterol?
seen
Is there any
that many
cholesterol in them there
plastic.
numbers?
Never ate much plastic.
They're cardboard. I don't know.
she just missed the ones on the volume.
Well, I was always trying to grab it away.
Let's say that
I
the
tried
rabbit,
to save it.
That's funny.
But they're rounded. You feel the edges.
Oh.
The edges are gone.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay, I see. I thought she was just eating the little black
Just
letters
trying to
and
get the
numbers.
plastic.
Oh.
oh, well, he's not much for staying out in the open, is he?
He's an explorer. I said we should have named him Christopher Columbus.
Chris for short?
He's adventurous.
Or Lewis and
Things out.
Clark. Or DeSoto.
He's Soto.
Magellan.
Or Balboa.
If he'd jump up and do a little side shay, and he's pretty cute.
Yeah, I like it when he goes. He'll jump up in the air and flip his body around sideways.
He doesn't know right now whether to put a show on for us or not.
No, he's not for certain.
He probably figures, well, they probably didn't pay anything. I just,
When they shed, I always try to pull it out so they don't get that in, because they won't spit up a hairball or anything. It has to go through them if they get it in. But sometimes they'll, once or twice a year, I think
Yeah.
at a certain age they'll shed. He shed a little bit a couple months ago, and he would let me get the hair out. He
Is that
would
right?
lay still and let me get it. It would start to get in his eyes and stuff, and he'd let me get it.
Huh. You're his mommy, you got to clean him up, huh?
just like looking out there towards the ocean. And all of a sudden, I felt the ass end of the car just drop down. You know what? The water had been coming in underneath that sand. Because I was still back there was still 4 or 5 foot of sand behind me.
Oh my God.
And here that water had kept coming in there and coming in there.
How'd you get out of there?
Well, we was right there next to a bar.
Did it
Bar.
ruin anything?
and there was about probably 6 or 7 guys in there. I said, "Hey guys," I said, I got a hell of a job out here. I'll buy you guys a drink if you'll come out here and lift this car." I said, "It won't take but a second," and it didn't. They came out there, and I just put it in neutral, and they just picked it up and just moved it out there just a couple feet, and then I just put it in drive. And,
Did they have to get in the water?
huh?
They had to get in the
No,
water?
they didn't have to get
Okay,
water.
Mel, we have a question for you.
Back?
Now, did you stop by with a drink or did you just keep going?
I did buy him a drink.
Good job,
I went
Mel.
back inside
Did
and
you?
bought him a
But
Because
they wasn't.
we're filming this, Mel,
But I'll
and we,
tell you, I paid less than $20 for the drink, and I knowed if I'd have had to call the,
Well, you
Oh,
had
yeah.
to wait too. Might have been underwater.
it'd been $50 or more.
Yeah.
So
and they had to take the sharks off of the back bumper.
I thought I was pretty fortunate, really.
Yeah, you were.
It wasn't in then. It was low tide.
So the sand just caved in.
But the high tide, when it was high tide, the water would come in underneath. The water never came in over top of
The
the
sand
sand.
just sunk.
And wash out. A lot of times up around home, you'll see where people's
Creek.
driving a tractor or something along the edge of it, get too close, and then their tractor will, the biggest share of the time, it'll upset on them and kill them.
Didn't that guy down on Davistown get killed that way?
Sure
He wasn't very
did.
old.
Keith,
Lynch.
yeah. How in the hell do you remember all this stuff?
Because that
Remember
was
Bobby
very
Durr?
traumatic. I thought that
Remember
was
Bobby Durr?
horrible.
Remember Bobby Durr?
I didn't know Keith Lynch, but
You remember Bobby Durr? Down in Davistown, used to go to church down there all the
He's
time.
getting up, Nancy. He's coming out of it.
You knew him at the time.
Yeah.
Anyway, he died.
Got his little,
I'm
Yeah.
a Clark-
What do they call that, a power nap?
I'm a
yeah,
Clark
that's
still.
it, that's what I was
He got a
searching
power
for.
nap and it all goes to his back legs. He'll roll out of there now. Had to recharge.
Who looked like?
No, look.
Was
He
hot?
rolled, didn't he?
Uh-huh.
Huh?
He went to church at Davistown?
Yeah.
You must like it there.
Davistown and Shorten.
Durr?
Like a
D-E-R-R?
little nest for him.
Yeah, and it's strange because he's considered a nocturnal preacher, but he's under that bright light and he's having a good time.
Yeah.
He's taking his sun bath.
He laid down there and
He
sort
got
of
a
rolled
disease.
over.
He got a disease where he was a fanatic on cleaning.
Kind of like Michael.
I forget now what the name of it is. But
What?
Obsessive compulsion.
it's a
Oh,
Oh.
Jack Nicholas?
it's a disease.
In that movie, yeah.
Yeah.
But this is a disease though, and he every time you
Obsessive.
touch something, or
OCD?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Obsessive compulsion. He
disorder.
would have stepped on a crack.
Right.
Disorder.
And he wouldn't eat except with his own silverware. Or he took his own silverware
And I
to the
think,
restaurant. or
didn't he
something.
have a bar of soap? If he would open a bar at Summersby. Have you ever seen Summersby?
Oh, yeah.
Richard Gere
And
Jodie Foster. Oh, I love
He
that
said
movie.
he was her husband.
Yeah. I love that movie. So I said, get me Summersby and get me As Good as It Gets. I said, those are two cute movies. Or no, I think I bought As Good as It Gets. They got me Summersby and Ghost. That's what I bought.
There's the great dog
Hey,
again.
Buffy.
Look over there. Huh?
Let me get one of you now.
All right.
Go up there and let me get one of you now. Let's see. Can we get the whole truck? No. Can you get the whole truck?
You better off you do it right down there. I'd be better off if I wasn't tied up.
You're all tied up. Now what's the problem there?
I don't know.
Smile.
Is that what they mean when they say I can't help you, I'm all tied up?
Yeah. I think that's what they
Okay,
mean.
I think I got it. Stop it. Oh, maybe I cut your head. You're too tall.
I'm sorry.
I think I got your whole head.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh,
You have a good journey. Give us a call. Okay. You're welcome. Bye-bye.